If the temperature's over 10 degrees, I'd be amazed. Need to scoot it over just a bit. I'm going to use this to hold the pattern for the faceplate. Right, for the pattern for the faceplate, I'm going to use this. This is the tiny pallet that the ingots came on. This is Dad's old set. Radius of about 86 mil. This is going to need so much wood filler to tidy up. I am increasingly leaning towards letting the 3D printer churn this stupid thing out. These are the patterns for the tailstock. I was at a bit of a loose end, so I figured I'd start lacquering them. Then I'm going to sand them back a bit, put another coat of lacquer on. Should be a good one. This is the pattern I was starting to make for the faceplate. I was getting pretty bad tear out all over it. Then I was going to have to jigsaw these silly things, then file draft over all of it. So fired up the 3D printer, cranked this out instead. It's not perfect in that I need to put wood filler across here because there's a distinct dip here where it warped, and this surface here is also really rough. So wood filler it is. I think Paul of Paul's Garage uses paint somehow to build these up. I'm not entirely sure. Paul, if you can you do a video on explaining how to make layer lines a bit nicer to work with for casting? Just a video idea for you, Paul. But what I do is I put the wood filler on, let the wood filler dry, and then sand it back. How long the wood filler takes to dry entirely depends on the weather. We're in winter at the moment, so it's probably going to take a while. After I sand it down, I'll probably be building little divots on this side up a bit because I'm not expecting to get the lot in one go. This is 180 grit sandpaper, and this should be nice and cracked. I'm not completely doing these down because I don't want to bring them down. Just enough to smooth it out a bit. If you're doing furniture with this stuff, you'd do about 30 to 60 separate coats of this. I'm not doing furniture, I'm only doing patterns. And yes, this one is still a bit lumpy, but it adds to the charm. And this is going to need some more sanding and wood filler. Right, once this is solidified a bit, I'm going to come back and hit it with the sandpaper again. Use a knife on this to save my sandpaper a bit. The trick with a knife is to always cut away from yourself, never cut towards yourself. I'm just clearing the slots in this, because while I want to build up this central hub, I don't want to cover up the slots any more than I really have to. So I'm going to be using a thicker axle or spindle than what the book did. So I want to build this up a bit, so because I'm going to be cutting away more meat than what the book has you do, to allow for my heavier spindle. That should hopefully be the last round of wood filler, and once this is dried, then cut it back and sand it to where I want it to be, and then hopefully start lacquering it. Sand down this bit with it. It doesn't have to be perfectly round, but I don't want it too far out. Check the grooves. It's easier to do this now with the pattern than with the aluminium casting. Let's put the knife away.